chapters. I'm turning pages.
Hey, y'all.
Glory to glory. From faith to faith.
Happy New Year.
Moving on. I'm moving on.
Happy New Year.
I keep it order, so I'll keep it straight.
Come on in, come on in, come on in. Go ahead and tag somebody. A lot of people are probably relaxing today. They're off work, enjoying the incoming 2025 year. Y'all hear this song? Listen to the words. Hey, I'm moving on. That's what some of you need to do. The first day of 2025. Let that be the two words that you hold dear in this season, this year. And if you need to go back and listen to this song, I suggest you look up Johnny Reynolds, and the song is called Moving On. Listen, your review doesn't compare what he's about to do for you in your life. Do you understand that? Forget everything that's behind you. Use that past as a learning lesson. Don't hold on. Don't waddle in it. Don't be dismayed. What he has prepared for you, listen. As long as you don't forget, as long as you remember your past, because he's forgotten about it. I'm moving on. Let that be your declaration this year. Hey, y'all. Hey, those of you who are coming in. Hey, hello, happy new year. Listen. You gotta forget what's behind you. You gotta focus on what's inside of you. What you need to do, the ways you need to grow, changing different cycles so you won't repeat the same thing and make the same mistake and be in the same place. It's your time. You've waited too long. You've been in the background too long. You've sat on that idea for so long. You've stayed in that relationship for too long. It's time for you to move on. You've been at that job for too long. You know it's time for you to move on. Listen, you've been attached to those people for too long. It's time for you to move on. Listen, you've been focused and worried about everybody else. And it's time for you to move on and focus on you. Listen, I sat because this morning, well, when I finally did kind of get up, I just thank the Lord for 2025, for bringing me out of 2024. If you follow me on social media, you've seen that I've said I survived. And I did. I survived. Do you hear me? I came out with the right sound mind, with the activities of my limbs. Listen, blessed and highly favored. Now, don't take that to mean that I didn't suffer, I didn't go through, I didn't have ups and downs and obstacles and challenges. Don't take that to for you to think that. Just know, listen, I tend not to focus on the circumstances and the situations and the failures and different things, obstacles that tend to go on when life be life. And because if I do, I will not be able to have a peace of mind. I will not be able to focus on what God has in me and try to move forward. I won't be able to try to be the best person that I can be every day, because once you continue to focus on the extremities of what's going on around you, those distractions, you won't be able to maneuver because you'll be so caught up in your mindset will be focused on those things that are going on. But let me tell you something. One thing that I know is that in 2025, listen, it's going to get better, 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 bigger, 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 as long as you move on, as long as you let go of things that you're supposed to. Let me tell you something. This can be your greatest year yet, but that's only going to depend on you. Why remain in a place, remain in a position, remain in a mindset that is not going to allow you to move on, to move forward? It's time for you to move on. It's time for you to leap. It's time for you to do the things that you need to do. It's time for you to grow up. It's time for you to mature. It's time for you to not keep returning to your old silly ways. And I always say, in order for you to get something better, you're going to have to do something better. Let this year of 2025 be your year of better. Do you understand? Let you not desire to want things and you not put in the work to do it. Let you not want to remain in a place that God has told you to move from, but you expect to grow, you expect to flourish, you expect to upgrade. And he's told you to move on from that thing, move on from those people, move on from that situation, but yet you decide to remain. This, I just come on this evening to encourage you. Listen, baby, it's 2025. It's the first day of the year. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have made a lot of New Year resolutions and this thing and that thing. Let me tell you something. Make them realistic. Make them what a lot of educators and different people that work in the educational field and that are leaders, make it be a SMART goal. Utilize it. Make sure it is specific. Make sure that whatever you decide to do, whatever goals that you're making for this year is measurable. Do you understand? Make sure that not only that it's measurable, but it is attainable. Not only that, make sure it's realistic. And then make sure that you have a timeline to go with it. You understand? You have a time frame to go with that thing. Some of you are making unrealistic goals that you know you won't be able to attain. But you, in order for you to do the things that you're supposed to do in this season and the things that God would have for you to do, you need to make sure that you have some SMART goals. Not only the SMART goal as far as the acronym that I just gave you, but you make sure that they are wise goals. Do you understand? Make sure they're your goals for you, and not goals that you're trying to copy or do because someone else is doing. Listen, this can be your best year yet. You hear me? It can be your best year yet. There's a song and I forgot the name of it, but it goes, some of the words in it said, you ain't seen your best day yet. Listen, your best days are upon you. It could be your best year, but that's all contingent on you. What you do, how you do it, how you think, and what you say. I didn't come on here for a long time. I came up here for a short time and to make it for a wise time. There's a few minutes to provide you with these small nuggets that can launch you into your next. Do you understand? That can launch you into your now, and it can launch you into your new. So I hope that I've said something to you this evening that has caused you to, you know what? Set up, get up, look up, and listen and speak up. What I mean by when I say speak up, it's not speaking up and using your voice to speak, meaning speak the words of what the Lord has said and told you to do. And that's all I came by to tell you this time, my friends. It's time for you to move on. You've heard this several times. It keeps ringing in your ear and in your belly, but have you moved? And if you have not, get to getting. It's the new year. It's time for you to move on and experience God's good grace, all of his blessings. Listen, it's time for you to experience things that you not have experienced before. And I will tell you, for the individuals who came in this year grieving, that listen, grief is not just a loss of somebody who has died. Grief is considered a loss in general, and everybody grieves differently. And I was saying my sincere prayers out to those who are grieving because of a loss of a loved one, a loss of a job, a loss, any type of loss. But what I can tell you is this, because especially when it comes to a loss of loved ones, there's nothing that no one can say that can take away the pain that you may be going through right now. But what I do encourage you to do is to just pray. Find some words to encourage yourself. It might not make the situation better right then, but in due time it will. In due time it will. You just grieve how you only know how to do. But try not to remain in a place. Oftentimes we can remain in a place sometimes that takes our whole mind, body, and soul. Do you hear me? I pray that in your season of grief, that God continues to comfort you and to give you the peace that surpasses all understanding. No one can tell you how to grieve, but what I can tell you that there is a man who can help you through this journey. Be encouraged, everyone. Have an awesome new year. Know that you are loved. Value yourself. Know your worth. And let me tell you something. Listen, your time to be great starts now. Your time to be great starts now. So start being great. And I hope and I pray that you have a prosperous, blessed, and safe new year. I will see you next time, Lord's willing, on Wisdom Wednesday. Be encouraged.